All right. So I grabbed some more materials, found some snippies real quick. Put the king circuit together. I put the relay in real quick because that was a little tricky, but it's perfect. I gotta check the bypass on it yet, but I'll do that in a minute. But I can't do that on cam because of the piece of equipment that I use. Nobody has it except for one other person. So, all right, and I soldered the line in the back. So I get to wrap this. This might not be long enough. Oh no, it is. Let me double triple check. It's been a while since I built a 2-pill. Yep, it's fine. All right. And that's perfect. Actually, I want to get the first wrap a little tighter. There we go. I'll go a little bit long with it for right now. Actually, what I'd like to do would be there. Perfect. So I can put the output tuning caps there. And then run this directly to output. Which would be a little shorter. There. Right there. Come on. There. There. Right. And I got all these other caps over here I got to test to find out which was going to be the perfect one to put on top. The input transformer. I got to put the fan together yet. Do that custom board. This one. I don't know. I got enough room back here. I might just do this. Or I can do it this way too. It really doesn't matter which way is which. One off of here to here, and one off of here to here. Wouldn't hurt. Just bigger wire for that. See, that's black, so we'll use white for that. He's like, use both. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll use both colors, white and black. So input windings is white, output windings is black. Same piece of wire going to the output or going to the relay. Which oh yeah, wait a minute. That would be for there. This goes up here. All right. There. There, perfect. All right, yeah. And this goes down here. I just gotta put the output tuners there, which I will do. Work on that in a minute. In fact, the guy just, what's his name? Damn it. Rudy. His name's Rudy. I have a hard time remembering his name. I don't know why, but the guy lives right down the street. Real nice guy. So radio, box, tune it antenna, run everything, 12 foot of 213 from the radio to the box. I'm going to make sure everything in this truck is absolutely flawless. So I want to put a cap here on the front before I forget that. So we're back with, and I got a full battery on the phone, so I can do a 2-hour video, 2.5-hour video. It don't matter. See, this is what everybody else does. Everyone else just is like, oh, it's all right. It's the same value. I'll just stick it in. Not me. Everything gets measured. That's not bad. That's a good contender. That's a little low. Between this one and that one is 100 puff off. That's why you don't just grab caps and just throw them in. You have to measure them. Yeah, this is another category of that one. That's really close. I like that one. That's pretty nice, actually. Put that over here. All right. This one just replaced those two. In case you guys want to do close-up ideas and stuff. Nope. I'm not letting you know what the cat values are. Sorry, gentlemen. These I'll put all back together in a pile. That's a little high for what I want, but it's still all right. I've got lots more. I thought this one was more. Yeah, it is. I think I just found the matching perfect ticket. But in case I find another one that's comparable or just absolutely perfect, one of the two. Which once in a great while I get lucky and find an exact perfect match. These are all 100 puff undervalue. Unbelievable. Wait a minute. Ha! That would be why. Ha ha. All right, these over here, I'm going to toss. The rest of these go back in the bin. I don't know how these got stuck in with the same ones. Yes, I do. I pulled them out of the wrong bin. That's why. Why are all these testing 100 puff low? Almost 200 puff low. Now I've got the right ones. Maybe. Good possibility. Ooh. Bingo. Found it. You know what? No, I ain't doing that. I'm doing it this way. Found the one I wanted. The rest of these can all go back. All right. Okay. Even this one. Need something to help me. Yeah, I'll just do it this way instead. There. And another thing I will suggest is you see a cap, input cap, laying down on top of a transformer. That's not good. Why do you ask? Tell you why. Because there's heat that comes off the input transformer. Heat that comes off the input transformer is going to transfer into the heat of the input capacitor and change the value of it. So that's why you don't want to lay down the caps on the input transformers. That's something else that nobody else will ever tell you. That is a little high. Oops, too far down. Maybe not. There. There. That's better. There. There. Perfect. I am absolutely very happy with that. Okay. Now we're going to do King circuit. And these can be fun, let me tell you. No, not that far down. There. There. Let's put him in first. There. All right. And then we're going to go like so. There. There. Good. There. There. Okay. Then we need one of these. There, that'll be perfect. in there. King circuit is done. That's taken care of. Happy with that. All right, good. Okay, now I do output tuning here. This here goes to the input of the 2-pill stave because this is a high drive. There's no variable on this to turn it up and down. No high and low switch. Even the high and low switch boxes, those are really not high drive boxes. The high drive boxes have no variable, no on-off switch, and they just have on-off switch, no high-low, no variable, none of that garbage. And this goes for this and that. That is ground. Should flip it upside down. I'll worry about that in a minute, though. Switch is always the last thing I hook up. I don't know why. It's probably the least favorite part of the job, I guess. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if I want this here or if I want it back here. Really doesn't matter. Here is perfectly fine. Yeah, here is perfectly fine. You know what? I'm not going to solder all the way across it. There's no point. You know what? Yeah, there is. This isn't that other material I was working with. Let that cool for a minute. Yeah, I'll just do dual B positives off the output pill strip to the board. Pill to the board. Positive will come in to the board. Negative will come in back here. And then done. Okay, we're all good with this part, right? This is all decked. This is good. That's good. This is good. This is good. Negative feedback. I gotta do negative feedback yet. Almost forgot about that. Fix that problem real quick. There. Done. Well, at least those are cut and done anyway. And you can go here. 4. 2 on one side, 2 on the other. Do they need to be that tall? Nah. I'm just putting them in that way. Actually, ooh, that's hot. Should have known better. Alright, now I'm going to put this about here. That turned out just perfect. Still move it around how I want it to. Ooh, that's hot. Good. Alright, that's done. That's just because of heat. Now, that's done. I'm going to put in the big ass filter caps. There's a method to my madness, believe it or not. This can go here, the other one can go there. The other problem, though, now that I'm thinking about it, is going to be the fan. The fan's going to land on top of these caps. Forgot about that part. Thinking. All right, let's reconfigure for a minute. Oh, I gotta turn that off. We're not testing any more caps. These here can all go away. I cleaned up one of my tables, by the way, too. Want to get this box done, tuned, and tested today. Still gonna happen. No doubt about that. Still gonna happen. All right. Let's do. Yeah, see, if I had 8 gauge 10, or yeah, 8 gauge black, I'd put 8 gauge in this box, but I don't. Besides, I'm gonna hook it up to a quick disconnect, and we're gonna put the other side of the quick disconnect in the car, and then run that directly to the battery. With probably 8 gauge, if not maybe even 4 gauge or 2 gauge. I don't know. Figure it out yet. There. All right. So let's take a look at this monstrosity from a fan. If this goes in here, yeah, it's definitely gonna hit. No matter where I put those caps. All right, so I'm just gonna have to lay the caps down. Okay, you can do that. Let's put the this monster in here. I wonder, can I put this on top? Yeah, it could actually. I actually could. And the wires will be perfect. Look at that. Oh, that's airflow down. This is airflow up. Darn it. That didn't work out the way I wanted to, did it? Yeah, airflow up is with the lines. You know what? I can get creative with the fan. Let's move this to the side for a minute. Put you back over in view here, show you what I'm talking about. I want the fan to go blowing up, right? So the lines for that are on top of the fan. Okay. Rotation is this way. It tells me right there on the side of the fan. Rotation that way, airflow that way. Okay. So we're going to get max airflow out of this box, but I want to do it right. So I can't do it Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I just got to get a little creative. All right, so we're going to put the fin on top of the box like this with the grill on top of this. And these wires are going to go back down here. And then on top of that, they're going to go through here. Actually, to make it even easier yet and less restrictive, tap it down there. Straight down there. Put you back in the channel. You straight down here. Put you in the same channel. There we go. Push down. Bingo. Flawless. Now we have the lines going into the box. But there is a issue with this here, because that outlines the edge of the fan here. I need it to go in just a little bit. I'd say about like so. Then I put this on top of this, and I check it for clearance. I need to do a little bit more. There. So, to fix that problem, yep, Dremel tool time. That's what's going to fix this. This is where it starts getting artsy. You gotta think a little outside the box sometimes. It's like, how can I fix this? Drill a hole? Nah. Cut a notch? Hell yeah. I don't know, this might break. We'll see. Can I fit it all the way across here? Sure can. Never gonna see that anyway because the fan will be sitting on top of it. All right, that's one notch. Second notch. Should not be wearing safety protection while doing that, especially when it's all getting driven my way. You know what? We're gonna try it this way again. There. Notch done. Now, back to my real tiny I have a supersize me. I don't have anything smaller. Not for this. Besides, it works really, really well. I mean, it's, you know, it's pretty big. Problem solved. There. No problems here. No problems up underneath. Perfect. Now I can put this over here and the wires go right through to the other side. No problems at all. Damn, I'm good. All right, so since there's really no front and or back to this box, I'll just designate it. This is the back, this is the front, only because of I put the notch back here and the lines are going to the board that's going to be back here, the filter board, and then yeah. Four screws. Wait. This has got to go on. Don't want Rudy to hurt himself with his new toy. Not saying he's going to, just saying, you know, I'd prefer that he doesn't. So we're going to put a fan grill on top. And then washers and nuts on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Master class my ass. There shouldn't be this tier is good for normal people and this is a super duper for whoever pays more for it. Make all of the amplifiers that you build as best and as special and as awesome as possible all the time without trying to do 1,000 watts out of a freaking 2-pill. And I saw that video last night and I about shit, man. I almost did. I'm like, nah, that's harmonics. I said, whoever bought that box is thinking, yeah, it's all on frequency. No. They just saw the numbers. Whee! 750 some odd watts peak. Woo! They didn't take a look at the bird meter, though. The actual average reading digital meter said nothing even near 300 watt bird. I'm like, interesting. Okay, board's gonna go here. Now I can put the caps in the box straight up and down. Don't have to worry about anything getting in the way of that. Just to tighten this enough to where the lock nut, the lock washer locks. You know, it goes flush. There. Now those will never come apart. Yay. And these here, well, they'll never really get a move anyway. Because the one's going to go to here and the other one's going to go to whatever it is back here. And we'll be good. Actually, this needs to go through a ferrite, which could have been done on the outside. Actually, it still can be done on the outside. Yeah. Just made it a little hard. You know what? Nah. We'll do it on the inside. It's all right. No big deal. Let me think this through. Yeah, no, we'll do it on the inside. In fact, we'll do it like this. No, not the way I wanted it. 2. Three. And that will go to the positive of the board. This will go to the negative of the board. And then we have this filtered. And it's never going to touch the fan. And we're good. Yay. Now, since we got our Dremel tool out, positive can go here. Negative can reach here. But I want this to be center. It'll still be fine. Perfect. Hole, screw, positive, negative. All right, cool. Will this be too much for it? No. All right, now. You know, instead of playing with possibly, maybe, there. Really. That'll be fine. You know what? No, it won't. Try it again. There. Perfect. Now I'm done with the Dremel tool. Okay. Now I gotta bring out the drill. And I still got the right one in here. Huh. Sounds great, don't it? Perfect. Not as perfect as I wanted, but still perfect enough. Now, we got these here. Where's my marker pen? Here it is. We're gonna go. I gotta remember there's a lip on this. There we go. Here. The hell? Okay. And here. There. There, that will be perfect. All right. Double check it again. How many people are watching? Wow. That's absolutely perfect. All right. Time for round number 2. These old corded drills, man, they'll never die. Even the top looks really nice. See? I don't know if you can see the holes. There you go. Even the top looks really nice. Well, I'm getting better at drilling holes, that's for damn sure. nuts. Okay. You know what? Just thought of something here real quick. There. Ground is very important. Perfect. Probably should have picked a thicker board, but nah, it'll work. There. Airflow up, spin that way. So this ground is going to go here. And this positive is going to go here. Pretty damn perfect, if you ask me. For doing it freehand without measuring, I'd say it's pretty damn good. All right. So that's done. There. That's perfect there. That's better. This stays on that side there. Doesn't even go near falling down there. Good. We're good. And I can put a zip tie there and make sure that's perfect there. I don't want to put too much stress on the line. That's one thing you really don't want to be doing. Okay. Now, it's a filtered board, so you put filters on it. always pull 5 out. No, you do not have permission to copy this. And those of you that already are, stop it. Please. There. Yeah, it's like I'm soldering the freaking nut in place, right? No, not exactly. All right. There. You know what? Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Come on. There you go. There. 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 Okay. I know a certain somebody that cries and screams and calls people up. What do you think you're doing? You can't do that. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, I'm not him, but I can say that he's one of the first people that will turn around and see something on one of my channels and be like, you know, I think I'll do that too. So next video I see him do, what's he doing? This. I didn't call him. I didn't complain. I didn't say, you can't do that. I didn't call him up and cry and complain. What do you think you're doing? And I didn't do any of that. I just waited. And then I'm just going to ask politely, please don't copy what I'm doing on a public channel. Thank you. There. Oh, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I'll show you guys stuff, but you can't do anything with it. Besides, I make it look really easy. It's not that easy. Yeah, this is awesome. This is gonna absolutely just rock. So this will be the front, that'll be the back. I can put the fans down. I can put the caps in here now the way I want to. Don't have to worry about having them getting messed up with the fan. You know what? We'll put them in this way. No, we'll do it this way. I might get a phone call. What do you think you're doing? There. These big caps I'm putting in now help. But these aren't ordinary caps. They're special. They're 50 volt rated, I can tell you that. The next set I'm going to get, I think, will be rated at 100 volt. Because then I can use them for a wider range of stuff. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's do the dual B. No, let's do the coax from the relay to the input first. That's got to get done. Oh, yeah. No. We'll do the negative feedback last because I had to do dual B positive. One from here to here and here. That's why I left the room I did and spaced these out to the side as much as I could, because I want room for the B positives, the dual B positives, to go from here to here, and I'm going to use 2 ferrites to do it. Or I could have done, no, I'm not going to do that. I had a thought just for a minute. It was just a blip. It's okay. All right. We're going to use those cores. on this project. And since we used only white here and black everywhere else, these two will be white. I'm going to see how this is going to work. Stay up there with me. Don't fall away. One. Two. Come on. You can do it. Ah, three. Okay. All right. That's 1, 2, 3. Let's cut this off to about here. And then do it again. Actually, let's move this back. Kind of like dual exhaust, I guess. I don't know how you want to put it. No. Yes. Okay. Okay. Relatively the same. Close. Not bad, actually. There. There. Now they're perfect. Now, these are a little bit longer than I thought than I expected them to be. I would actually like them to be like this. Down here like that. Problem though, that the output transformer might get warm, and if it does, so what we'll do is we'll bring this up a little bit, and we'll do it that way. So what we'll do, go down there, go down there. That, and I'll go down some more. There we go. That's good. I like that. flawless. First time I'm trying this, so we'll see how this works out. You know what? Let's try something different. And then I started playing around with it. I'm like, yeah, this will work. That would be awesome. Done, just like that. All right. Solder. Don't be afraid to try new things. And there. Just because somebody else didn't do it already doesn't mean you can't. But at least check with people to make sure they haven't done it yet. And if you try something and then you find out that somebody else has already done it, then undo it and try something else. That's about exactly what I had in mind too. Real careful right there. There. Woo-hoo. All right. And this should be further over this way. Come on. There you go. That's about right. I wanted them up and away from the transformer so the transformer heat wouldn't directly affect them. So they're not. I wanted them out of the way. I wanted them to be in between here and the transformer, and they are. And I want them to be equal height, which they are. And equal length in between point A and point B, in which they are. This box is gonna rock, man. All right. If there is RF problems, I can always go back to square one and just come off of here, do a 3 wrap to one side or the other, and call it a day. No big deal. But I wanted to put the pill strip here because then I can put a dual B positive here like this, and the 2 caps right here, and everything is centralized right here. Not bad. I like this a lot. I really don't want to rewrap this. It really doesn't matter. It didn't. This one is wrapped textbook perfect. This one is not. It's still wrapped okay, just not textbook perfect. What else do we got here? We got this wire we don't need anymore. That's junk. All right. This I'll hang on to for a minute, just to make sure. This we don't need anymore. This can go back here. That can go there. Coax, that's what I need. And I really truly thought, I had found some and put it back here. Like brand new pieces. Like pre-cut. Like longer than I'd need. So I wouldn't have to cut brand new off the spool. Or off of what I've got. Oh, found it. Here it is. No, this is the broken one. That gets snipped. This is why you save your scrap pieces. Because you never know when you're going to need them again. I do, but most people don't. Okay, that's going to be enough for here. Now we're going to come over to here and I'll cut it about here. I only need that much, maybe even less. You only need as much from point A to point B. You don't need to be making huge, wide. No. All right, now. There. Perfect. Flawless. little bit of give, and there we go. Done. And then we go to here. So we'll put that here like this. And we'll cut this back to about here. Strip it back to about here. I mean, people try at this stuff all the time. And they're like, is this right? I don't know. What do you think? How'd you test it? Well, I didn't. There's your answer. Test it. And if the next question is, how? Then I'll be like, I'm not going to tell you. Can't do it. Sorry. Do I just put it on a meter and just see what it does output wise? I said, no, there's actually a little bit more to it than that. Well, doesn't everybody else do that? I said, yeah. So why don't you? Because I know better. You're being difficult with me, aren't you? Yes, you are. Come on, get out. Double-sided sticky tape. There. That's all I need from that one. There. So I'm going to go here to here, there to here, here to there. All right, cool. So let's do this one first. Hot. Like, no kidding, hot. This is Teflon wire, by the way. You will not melt the insides of this. There. Perfect. And there's still a little bit of give in here. It's not, you know, super duper tight or anything, but it's still perfect. In my book, it's still perfect. This one, That's done. So everything else is hooked up on the relay except for the switch and the remote jack. And the output tuning and the, yep, getting there. But you don't see this anymore. In fact, you don't see it anywhere. Someone building a box pretty much from start to finish. Absolutely anywhere in between. Good Lord. I didn't think of, yes I did. Put you on this side over here. Okay. So that means straighten you up a bit. There. That's how I was thinking about doing it. No, really, I was. All right, so these two, those two, we're good there, we're good here. Filtered, filtered, connected, connected, gonna be done. Need 2.1s for here and here. And it's another one of those where I just saw it a minute ago and then poof, it disappeared. Not it, not it, not it. Here's all the brand new blue LEDs. That I've been looking for. Here. More knobs. Don't need knobs. Here's the plastic part of the quick disconnect I was going to use. I've got 3 different kinds of 0.1 caps. Oh no, there's no variables there. upon, well, I guess I will have to use the ones I have been using, which is perfectly fine with me. I need to find the other two kinds. There. One kind, I ran out. That much I know. That's why I ordered these. There you are. There. Saturday night and I'm at home building an amp. No place I'd rather be. Okay, half that size. Right? About, yeah, maybe. Yep. There. There. Yay, one's done, one to go. Yeah, that's going to be too tall. But... I don't know, we'll see. No, perfect. Hot. Woo-hoo. Yeah, I don't learn. I just keep on touching the hot stuff until I just keep getting burned. I don't learn. It's just there we go. And voila. There you have it. I want to fix this real quick. And that's good over there. That's fine over there. That's good there. All three pieces are good there. Okay. I double, triple check everything. Why do I have an extra screw out? Oh yeah. I've got a screw loose. I admit it, right? Yeah. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go here, positive, here, relay, here, ground. Another ground. Yes, and actually here. I should flip this on the opposite direction and do it that way. But for now, we're gonna go from here to switch. B positive here to switch. I keep having to have to remind myself the shorter one is ground. Okay, the shorter one's ground. All right, well, not quite long enough. To make it as ground. So, what I can do, since it doesn't hurt anything, and I've done this before, just not in this specific manner. Come here. There. There. Now, light will be grounded to board. Yeah, and there's, thing in that. Okay. Now, we're not going to hook up the variable tonight, or not the variable, the remote jack tonight. We'll leave that for another time. I want to get the lid on this thing. I want to get it hooked up. I want to get it tested. I want to run it. I want to see some watts. That's what I want to see. Let's see here. I need... I'm going to need to order some more parts, is what I'm going to need to do. Well, that's all right. Use up what you got first before you buy more parts these days, because things are so expensive. Use up what you've got first. And 0.04. No, this is really important, so this is going to be 0.00. What is your problem? Yeah, see, it's depends upon where the lines are at. All right, 0.07 it is. All right. That's better. Not too bad. That's better. I like that one. Definitely that one. You never get any caps that are undervalued, though, you know? like ever. At least I don't. No, it's too high. Too high. I know this is extremely time consuming, but it's one of those things where it's worth it. Couple minutes here or there. Ooh, it's the lowest so far. That's going all on that side. It's 0.00 now. Yeah, it's a little too high. A little too high. A little too high. What does this one read? Obviously really well. All right, but I can't use it though. It's a used part. I'm not going to put a used part in this box. Well, I did already once, but these metal mica caps, as long as they test good, they're fine. Everything else in here is brand new and then some. All right, now let's get back to what's the lowest value I've got left. All right, that's nice. That's better. That's perfect. These two. Now I'm starting to look at tenths and hundredths. Yeah, it's a little too high. Good enough, but it's a little too high for this project. All right, these 3, 4, I will stick somewhere else. Separate them from these. Zero it out. Can't do it that way. You gotta do it this way. Zero it out again. Yeah. That's better. Now, what do we have? Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Basically down to 1/10 of a freaking picofarad. So this is perfect. 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 Okay. There. Flawless. You know what? Not like that. Like this. Don't want to put too much stress on it. And you got to remember, this is a mobile box. It's going to be bounced around a lot, unless he secures it down somehow. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I could not ask for anything better than that. No way, no how, Now, I got to check bypass tuning yet. I got to hook up the switch yet. And the diode yet, or the LED, not the diode. I gotta put these back. Let's see here. That one, that one. More metal clays to put back. These will go in the front of the bed. All right. Oh yeah, positive. Well, I'm going to put the positive and negative in last. That's the absolute last thing to go in a box is positive and negative. Absolute last. It always gets in your way. Moving around, forward, backwards. You know, tapping it upside down, getting stuff out of it. Perfect. Nothing fell out. I was kidding, by the way. No parts. I meant no parts fell out. I didn't mean nothing as in like solder balls and stuff fell out. Probably didn't because I've been really, really careful. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's look at the phone for comments. Let's see what we got for comments here. Hello. Hurry up so we can see some watts. Hello, Girl 11. Zzz. Girl 11s. Oh, Mr. Gardner. Welcome to our fun little show. That Sam Henry Gardner? Sure is. I got some big boys in here. Big boys. I've been doing this for 2 hours and 4 minutes. What's another 45 minutes? You know, I mean, the show must go on. I mean, it must, right? It just has to. Am I wrong? Let me at least unplug the drill before I do something stupid with it. Like put a hole in my hand. All right. You know, I've got 8-gauge silicone I can use, but I don't have 8-gauge silicone negative. I've got a lot of 10-gauge ICA wire. That I need to start using. All right. We will work on that in a bit. We need a 1,000 ohm resistor for, at least that's what I have. I've got thousands and tens of thousands of 1,000 ohm resistors. I am not going to change because the color of the LED went from a red to a blue. Just won't do it. Oh, and for those of you on Facebook land, and for those of you that think I'm picking on you, I'm not picking on you. I'm just simply stating, show me the slug. Because I don't believe you. Simple. All right. And if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. I'm not done yet, so I'm not happy. I'm happy, but I'm not done. All right, let's go take a look at something here. You're not going to like this, but I don't care. I'm using this wire because A, it's Teflon, and B, I've got lots of it, and it's easy to work with. Like, very easy to work with. There. All right. Found that bugger, get rid of it, goodbye. That's going to the switch, but not before it goes through. Yes, that's a lot of access. But, like I said, I've got lots of this stuff. One. 2. No. See, I really don't know where this RF bead's supposed to go. It's supposed to go more towards the relay, more towards the switch. I don't know. So I put it halfway through, in between switch or switch and relay and switch. That's where I put it. Then I will cut it here and use that for something else. Probably from the fan to ground, fan to positive. All right, switch to there. There. Give it some leeway. We'll be good. All right. Yeah. Actually, wait a minute. Let me double look at this. Yeah, relay goes to bottom. Relay goes to bottom. Resistor goes to bottom. And where did I put that? Because I just had that thing. Here it is. Resistor goes to bottom. That's more like a blob than anything else. And it didn't even cool on top of it. Alrighty then. Alright, let's pull this down over a bit. There. No, not that way. That way. So then these switches are really easy to melt, so be very careful. When applying heat to the switches. There. Okay. And the positive is going to go to the middle, which will go from here through here to there, which is probably why I saved this, because I'm going to use this for the same thing. Why? I can. Perfect. Really doesn't matter. I don't care. Just to keep BRF off of it. There we go. Multi-wrapped. These are the tiniest stuff I've got for wiring stuff. And I'm not gonna, buy new stuff when, why? You know, I already got stuff. There. Use what you got. And besides, it looks good when it's all straightened out. We'll make this on looking perfect after everything else is done. All right, now another wire goes from here to fan, which let's see here. No, we're not going to use this to hook up the fan. Because people have to use the fan wire sometimes and they have to pull it out. If it's not red, they're going to scream. This stuff, I can be like, all right, I know this goes here and this goes here. It don't matter. The colors here don't matter at all. In fact, if this hole was open, I'd use that hole for both lines. You wouldn't be seeing any of this. It'd be underneath the box and they'd just come up to the switch. But they put additional heatsink on here. I'm not going to complain. I'll run the wires. I don't care. I got to run them anyway, right? Nope, we don't need any more beads. I already got a bead. Where did I put my... There it is. It's hiding over there. And this is Teflon too. It's just a little bit bigger in diameter for size. Stuff is like 18 gauge. This stuff is 22 gauge. Now, I don't know why I keep doing that. There, and then we'll go to about here, which is way too long, I know, but when you take a lid off a box, it's got to be able to, cut it back to here at least. Strip it. And then tin it. Come on. good to go. And it's perfect. No problems at all whatsoever with anything. All right. Still can't run it yet. Why? There's no positive and negative cable. I just looked at that. All right. Switch is hooked up. Fan is hooked up. No positive and negative cable. Why isn't there any positive and negative cable? Because I said that's the last part to go in. Now we're going to go directly to here. Oh, man. Should have put... You know what? Notice I cut all that away from the box. Nowhere near the box. And oh yes, this power cable can hold some heat. Now, I don't know how long of power cable we're going to need, so I am going to do the normal, what I normally do with boxes. I come across the back, I go to the front, and I cut it. That's what I do for lengths for power cable. That you can cut. Because that's always a good idea to do. Okay. Doesn't need to be very long. Doesn't need to be that long. You know what? I'm going to put it back here. Why? Because I can. But this stuff I got to be careful with. This jacketing will melt quick. Actually, it didn't melt at all. I'm actually kind of impressed. So we're going to go from there to there, from there to here, and we're going to cut it again, like that. Okay. Relatively the same in and out. All right, we're good. Okay, that's done. Now we gotta put ends on it. Yes, I know. There's always something else. Yeah, I know. You gotta hook it up to a power supply properly. Can't just, you know, use clip-ons and be like, yeah, this will work. I've done that before. It doesn't always turn out the way you think it's going to. Where is my... Here's one of them. All right. And it's going to stay in eyelet form until nope. Okay. Do I have anything else? Yes, I do. I'll use that one instead. Cool. All right. Now they gotta cool off. I'll probably have to put some silicone inside of the hole here, but that's only to block air from coming in the case on the inside to come out the top. I'll do that last. This is gonna freaking be awesome. Turn this thing in a whoosh. Air's be blowing up here. If it catches fire, we're gonna be seeing like 5-foot flames coming off the top of the box. It's gonna be cool. We're not gonna see any fires. I should be really mean. I should be really mean and be like, you know what? Let's take a 5-minute break and do a new video on just testing. You know what? That'd probably be a good idea because you guys probably want breaks. These are turning into really long videos. And give me about, say, no more than 10 minutes tops, and I'll be back, and we'll do a video on this real quick, or longer. Who knows? Depends upon skip conditions. Yes, always tighten down your connections. Always, always, always. Let's see here. What do we got for skip conditions now? No skip conditions in DX land? Hello. Guess not. Hello. 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 There we go. Yeah, how about some DX land on this Cobra 25? The 10,000 watt Cobra 25 break. All right. No conditions, so I won't be bothering anybody with conditions. All right. Here to there, there to there. All right. I also go from the radio to the box, which is over here. That one will go to the input, which is on this side. The other one that goes to the 16 pill that goes to the FSJ4 goes on that side, which is the outside. Well, these are tight connectors. I'm like, why isn't this going in? They're new tight connectors, that's why. I didn't even check bypass on this box yet. Test. Radio audio, test. Still doing 5-watt vert though. All right. Okay. So this is what we'll do. I'll get you all set up. Okay. Flip this around. Move that over. Get you all set up. Oh yeah, power amplifiers function. Oh yes, they do. They always function. Especially when I'm done with them. They function all right. They function, they're tuned. I didn't do the bypass tuning on this. I still need to do that, and I can't do it on video. So, I'm going to leave you just like this. When we come back in about 10 minutes, we're going to be back to this screen. We're going to show you some power. Thank you. Hit the subscribe button. I'll be back. God, it's almost been two and a half hours. Man, this is fun. All right, we'll be back for the reveal of the power output of the massive 2-pill break. Stay tuned. More is coming.